So what we have here is a 1987 Chevrolet S10 Tahoe, which 87 would have been the last year for the 2.8 V6 in these. 1988 they came out with the 4.3. I only know that because I owned a 1998 and I was told by the dealer that that was the first year for the 4.3 V6, which was a better engine than the 2.8, and I agree with that. This is a pretty cool little build, actually. Looks like it had a recab, or he took a good cab and put all the Tahoe parts on it. Bed's been off. It's been flipped upside down, as you can see by the Wilson paint job here. But he probably touched that up while he was painting the underside of the bed. Got some 18-inch 5-slot mag lookalikes. They're 18-inch with some Venza. I can't even see the thing. My lighting in here is horrible when we have the doors open. Kenda Vezda. That's kind of hard to say, but it's actually a super cool car for what it is. It's been set up for daily driving. See the old round dial dash, which is pretty cool. 87, I think, was last year for that as well. It actually has a coin holder in the door, which I thought was really cool. I'd never seen one of those before. At least not that wasn't broken off. Yeah, pretty cool car. It's had a few things done under the hood and under the car. Should make a heck of a sleeper, because, you know, yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let me get this thing lined up, because I think I've shown you guys every which way from Sunday that you can do an alignment. So I'm going to probably just speed through this and get the alignment done. And then we'll probably just go for a test drive and see how this thing handles. I'm going to guess it's an S10 that goes really, really fast. This side will be fine. Aggressive, straight, performing vehicle. Well, let's add some caster to it, because it has none. Camera's actually right where I want it. That's a pretty good start. I took a 1/8-inch shim out of the front position and put that 1/8-inch shim into the rear position to increase my caster, which did pretty good as far as bringing my caster up. My camera went down a little bit to 0.7, but my caster came up to 2 and 2.3. So I'm going to take the caster up to about 2.5. I'm going to add another, not an 1/8, but probably a 1/16. I'll probably do an 1/8 to the driver's side and a 1/16 to the passenger side in the rear positions to give you a little more caster, and I'll set the toe and recomp and see if I'm happy with that. And that'll probably be about it for this one. The suspension's all been rebuilt. I'll give you a little walk around under the car. Very nice exhaust system. Nice to see an LS with the factory style AC system and serpentine system being installed in a small body, small narrow frame vehicle like this. It can be done. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on a different serpentine drive system, although there are some really nice serpentine drive systems out there and they look amazing. But sometimes you just want to drop a V8 in an old car and go have some fun, and that's, I think, what this program is on this car. I dig it. I like it. Somebody spent a bunch of time on it. Respect. Congratulations, and you get to enjoy your car all summer with air conditioning. If you spec that it wants, it will actually tell you the shims in the... So it actually wants me to reduce the 2.3 to 2, and it likes where this side's at. So the 7 and the 2, which are probably pretty close. Yeah, they always wanted them really far positive on these. So it's 0.7. So I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to take both of these negative. I'd like to see it at 0 or even negative half. So we're going to get a little more aggressive with this. So with that being said, we're going to add an 1/8 inch shim to both sides at both positions. Plus a little bit more over here in the back to get my caster up. So now that I'm at least close on my caster, I can make improvements to the camber. Not bad. So I added a 1/8 inch shim to all 4 positions. The rear on this side, I added a 1/16 shim. The rear on that side, I added a 32nd shim. That adjusted my camber negative. It gave me a little bit more caster to balance out my caster, and it turned out being pretty good. We are now, get that without the glare on it. -1, -1, 2.2, 2.3. 2.2 is actually the max. Well, 2.3, probably 2.4 is probably the max of factory spec. Yeah, 2.5's max of factory spec. I put these way higher than that for race car stuff, but this is a street cruiser. The -1 is going to be a lot better for driving around, but I'm actually going to see if I can get another 4/10, 5/10 negative. A ½ degree negative for street handling is wonderful. And then I'll start worrying about tow at that point. But my caster's great, so I'm probably just going to add an 1/8 inch shim to the front of both of them, to all 4 if I can, because if I only do the front, my caster will reduce. If I do all 4 positions, my caster will stay the same. My camber will increase. If I only add to the rear, my camber will decrease negative and my caster will increase positive. So let's put an 1/8 inch shim in the back of each position and see what that gets us. So I am running out of, can you see them? Adjustment. I may be able to get an 1/8 inch shim back there. Those are a locking nut. Oh, focus, focus. Focus, not going to focus. So that, where's my big finger? That is a locking nut, and the bolt is studded or knurled, and it locks into the frame so that you can just turn the nut and the bolt doesn't spin. So I got plenty of room up front to go more camber, but going more camber will reduce my caster, so I want more caster to make for on the road stability. Let's see where we ended up. Oh, looks like an iron block. 4.8, 5.3, could be either. Tight fitment, but it works. Love that the AC's in this thing. Power steering, new brakes, new suspension, new bushings. Good job, sir. I guess that's a Holley exhaust kit that complements the Holley, or sorry, hooker headers on this thing. It's got the cast iron hooker headers, and it might be a hooker kit. I don't know, honestly. Heck yeah, man. New shocks, frame's not rotted to nothing. Nice park brake cable system. Wonder who makes that. Oh, I'll have to ask him who makes that kit. one of the things I enjoy about doing work on all these different cars. I get to ask people where they get their little bits. Little bits like those parking brake cables are kind of neat little things. Now let me sweep caster again and recomp, and we'll see where we're at with this thing. I think we're pretty close. Should be about a ½ degree of caster, 2.5 degrees of caster. Sorry, a ½ degree of camber and 2.5 degrees of caster. I always mix up my words when I'm talking. You guys do that? I know I do. Well, my caster's a little bit lower than I wanted it to be, but I think we're going to leave it there. Caster is within factory spec at 1.8. My camber's at -6, -7. Set the toe and lock this thing down and go for a test drive. Nostalgia. Old Pioneer CD player. Tahoe. Oh, somebody snagged the aluminum piece there. That stinks. Seats are in good shape. Oh, it's got the later. It's got the later armrests. I think these came out in '92. They were always too short. I always thought they were too short. They were down here. And then the later ones came out with this taller one. Crisp. I like it. Hey, there's no mirror over there. I can't see what's going on. Second, let me get situated. All of his dash gauges work. That's impressive. I like this build. Congratulations, sir. You've done an excellent job. I like the simple ones. Oh, traffic here has gotten redunculous. Oh, they're turning. That's an open. Some Bilstein shocks. Highly recommend Bilstein shocks. I'm actually going to be putting some on my red Buick, my 65. I love the way those things handle on those big A bodies. Oh, I got to pull that in front of. Let's turn here. Cancel cam works in the turn signals. The tag, because this is a tack dash, which honestly is impressive that it's got a tack dash. But this engine goes a little bit more than 5,000 RPM. So. Very nice, man. This thing's gonna put miles of smiles on your face driving this thing all summer. Excellent work. I think we're going to cut it off right there, guys. Thank you for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, I like it. I just noticed that this is, or I guess more accurately, was a diesel truck. I don't think I've ever seen a diesel S10 before. That's a new one for me. But the tachometer redlines at 3,700 RPM. Sorry, yellow lines at 3,700. It redlines at 4,250. And it's got a diesel gauge. That's hilarious. I guess that's how you get a factory tach in one of these. Super cool. And it's tilt. Very nice. I dig it. I'd drive the snot out of it.